All right. So just in case you are wondering, we're in Oklahoma City. This is on Interstate 40 going through Oklahoma City. Storms are expected to fire west of Oklahoma City and produce tornadoes. You can see just a little piece off to the edge of the right here where some of the clouds are starting to develop, but it's going to be nocturnal, so we won't see anything tonight. But just wanted to give you a view of what it would look like as you're in Oklahoma City the just a few hours before storms develop. It's a neat looking bridge. Oh, you can tell Ashley also because they will watch. You can tell Ashley and Olivia because they will watch. Just text them. So we're going through downtown Oklahoma City right here on Interstate 40 out to the west side, headed out to El Reno. That's probably about as far as we'll go. We'll lose daylight close to 9 o'clock. The clouds are going to occlude the sun even more before then, so it may get darker sooner. So really looking to tomorrow. There's three storms way out to the west of here, probably 70 miles, something like that, I would assume. Yep, 75 miles. And those are still firing and getting a little bit stronger than they were, but nothing is really exploded yet like what was anticipated, but they just put out a new mesoscale discussion to say that now there's an 80% chance of a tornado watch. Earlier today, they had a 60% out, but then that fizzled and did not pan out. Right, so just so you know, this is the west side now of Oklahoma City. Just trying to give you a view of what we're seeing with the skies. Not a lot developing yet on radar. There's three storms to the west, about 75 miles away. We're not going to try to make those because it's going to get dark before then. And that's one of my number one rules. I don't chase in the dark, even if I'm outside of Tullahoma area. So we're just headed out to El Reno. Just seeing what we see along the way, and then make our way back to our motel. So those storms are supposed to develop stronger. The mesoscale discussion says that there's an 80% chance of a tornado watch being issued now. Earlier, they said a 60% chance that fizzled out. It was in a different location. And so now they've expanded that area a little bit more and said an 80% chance. But it's all going to be nocturnal. It's all going to be at night. So just wanted to give you a visibility of what we're seeing out here in Oklahoma. Really setting up for tomorrow is what we're looking for. And that will be closer to Oklahoma City. So we'll just see what it does. Enjoying seeing the countryside. Those clouds over there are not in my screen yet. Maybe when we turn up here a little bit, it'll come into view. Looks like two of those storms, there's three storms out about 75 to 85 miles out. And it looks like two of those storms are starting to fizzle a little. Need to get chat figured out to set it up on my screen where I can see if you make any comments in the YouTube chat. There's the North Canadian River. So some of the guys were hoping that it would stay on the northern side of the Canadian River. It's easier to chase on that side. Gas is 259 out here. It's pretty good. And if you, I told this the other day, if you have the Radar Scope app, you should be able to see my little red dot just on the western side of Oklahoma City. Oh, wow. It is showing up more. Look at that. The silver lining on the cloud over there. See if I can get this to zoom a little bit more once we make the curve up here. Should be right in the center of my shot. This thing is bouncing around a lot, though. And if you can see that very well, just to the left of the interstate here, you can see a silver, well, not a silver, but a pink lining to one of the storms that's way ahead of us. That storm, that big cloud there is about 75 miles away. And that's one of the reasons I like chasing out here because you can see the storms for a long, long ways. You can get set up, you can take your time. From what I understand, most of these storms tonight are going to move very slow as they slowly creep to the east. This area through here is notorious for having bad tornadoes. Should have tried that motel back there. It was aiming towards these storms and have a good view all night of it coming in. So you can just barely make out the edges of that cloud ahead of us. The tops are about 40,000 feet, but it's a slender storm. So unless it latches into something, it's going to have a hard time developing. If something were to develop and to become stronger, it would continue on this way without any issues. So 10 more miles to El Reno. So we're going up here and where the Twist X Memorial is. The Twist X Memorial. It's where Tim Samaras and the other guy that was with him got killed in that tornado at Reno, at not Reno, but El Reno here. It was one of the most powerful tornadoes ever. Veteran chaser. Well, looking at this big American flag to my right there, those storms are getting inflow. Even this far away. then we'll know. So you can see that storm is starting to get a little anvil on it. You can barely make it out with the lining. See it? You see the anvil on it? It's got like a mushroom top to it. Wow. So this is the Twist X Memorial from the El Reno tornado. Paul, Tim, and Carl. They started a company called Twist X that put these saucer-like things in front of tornadoes to suck up into the tornadoes to get data, or at least to lay on the ground so that when the tornado went over it, they could get data. Veteran chasers. And that just shows you how quickly something can happen. And you better pay attention to tornadoes, even with seasoned individuals. So, lots of storm chasers stop here. And that's always been on my bucket list of places to stop. So if I don't even see a tornado, that's one thing I've checked off my list. It's got a good anvil on it. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's that storm right over there. It's the anvil on top of that storm. So this is El Reno, Oklahoma, if you're wondering. And we just stopped by the Twist X Memorial. You can, I think you can, I think my videos allow you to reverse where you can go back and see that if you wanted to see that. If you ever watch the Tornado Chasers Discovery Channel, Tim Samaras and the guys there that got killed with him were all on that. Uh, so this is just a gravel road, actually a pretty good road for chasing out here. So just wanted to come out here because everything's going to be nocturnal. It's going to be dark when the storms actually do make it to Oklahoma City. So we won't see anything tonight. But just wanted to give you a view of what it's like when you're out here in Oklahoma. Some of you wonder if I'm crazy getting up close to tornadoes. You can see in the video there forever and ever. So you can see a tornado way far away. So I'm going to stop right here for a minute. and show you what it looks like across there. Uh, oil and gas. So probably need to go up here on this hill where I can get past these. Might be natural gas. That's what they might be. Or they could be one of the two. But probably natural gas, though. That's what it looks like. Let's see if we can see right here. So this is the storm that I was talking about, where you can barely see the glimmer of it right there on top of the top of it from the sun. So all that's going to be growing as it moves back that direction towards Oklahoma City. It's behind us. The lights here in the distance right there. That's El Reno. And these are the storms that we've been trying to get to all day, but they have not developed anything during the day and won't be until later tonight. So, again, just wanted to show you what it looks like out here in Oklahoma across the fields. Look at that wheat. I think that's so cool watching the wheat there blow. So the wind is coming from our back, moving towards those storms. So it is feeding, it's getting this warm air here. So storms are supposed to fire again tomorrow here in Oklahoma City, actually being closer to Oklahoma City. Those are that storm right there is about 70 miles away from us and barely moving. A lot of the storm chasers that I follow are over on that storm, and it's nothing there really, not yet. So just wanted to show that. Get plugged back in. I did. You just took. So we're gonna head on back to the Oklahoma City. You won't see anything else tonight. You can you see that it's daylight out here pretty late. It's daylight up till you could be able to see storms till about 9:15 or so. But so there's nothing that we'll be able to see tonight. Looking to see some storms tomorrow, but these are the kind of roads that we'll be on tomorrow. So it looks like that one is growing, but it's still moving to the northeast, not moving back to Oklahoma City yet. It's probably going to be really late tonight. Probably wake us up about 1 or 2. So we'll just keep streaming until we come back to Oklahoma City before we cut our stream. But just wanted you to see tonight what it looks like out here. We've been rushing to get here all day, but there was nothing really to see when you got here other than just seeing the countryside. So that's the storm right there. Yeah, you can see the poofiness that's coming up on that. But that's still 60 miles away. That storm right there. So we're headed back into El Reno, Oklahoma. So you can see the development of those little wave looking things in the clouds right there ahead of us. That's back toward Oklahoma City. But like I said, there's nothing yet on any radar with that. that one storm, the third one that was the farthest away, it's gotten stronger. It's over by Leedy. Hmm. It's still got audio. So if you're looking at a radar and you look at Oklahoma, you'll see uh, you can search for a place called Leedy, Oklahoma, Leedy, and that storm has grown and intensified more. The two over by Oakwood, one has dwindled, the other has intensified some. So, but all that's behind us. We're headed towards Oklahoma City, and then we'll reassess in the morning where our target area will be. Drove through a lot of rain, a lot of lightning, a lot of wind today coming through Arkansas, through Jackson, Tennessee, through Arkansas, almost to the Oklahoma line, and then we ran out of the storms and we're good for the rest of the way. But it's been a long day. So, also, we ate at a restaurant today. If you're ever outside of Little Rock, Arkansas, a little small town called Carlisle, Arkansas, there's a Nick's Barbecue and Catfish. Really good restaurant. Really good restaurant. So if you're ever on your way to Little Rock or going through Little Rock, highly encourage you to stop at Nick's Barbecue and Catfish in Carlisle, Arkansas. Posted pictures on our Facebook, on my Facebook. And there's also a little pizza place there that looked really good also right before Nick's. That would be a good place to try also. Can't speak to how good that would be, but it looked like a neat little restaurant. Is this a turnpike at all? I don't think so. It is a turnpike there. Yeah, that is a toll road, so we want to stay off of that one. 344 is a toll road. And just if you're wondering, it is 79 degrees here in Oklahoma City. So fairly warm still. Still enough energy in that respect for storms. Oh. Yeah, see if you can make a comment. Those that are watching, see if you can make a comment in YouTube. I don't know if it pops up on my screen for me to see it or not. Nobody commented the other day, so I never saw that. So I don't know how to know. So I'll look at it some tonight to see how do I get chat to show up for me on my side because I'm streaming through an app called Streamlabs. And I'm also going to look at what can I do to make a little banner at the bottom that can show some other information down there, like location, temperatures, where our target place is, those kind of things. So this is coming back into Oklahoma City, run in the far western side of Oklahoma City. There's the Oklahoma City outlets. So I think we're getting more glare with it getting dark on the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and end our stream here. So y'all have a good night. I don't know what time I'll go live tomorrow, but it probably won't be till afternoon, probably, unless something develops sooner than that. But I'm assuming not till afternoon. So see y'all tomorrow.